everyone saw this coming. After ripping through some of the UFC's biggest icons with almost no hesitation, Conor McGregor suddenly made a shocking exception. He dismissed Jon Jones by claiming his boxing was non-existent, brushed aside Anderson Silva's legendary status as if it meant very little, and even blasted Alexander Volkanovski for supposedly lacking true knockout danger. Yet his harshest criticism was reserved for longtime rival Khabib Nurmagomedov, with Conor arguing that Khabib accomplished far less than many people claim and suggesting his decision to retire at the peak of his career reflected a lack of willingness to keep proving himself. Then everything took an unexpected turn. The one fighter Conor chose to openly respect was Khabib's closest ally, longtime teammate and current pound-for-pound standout, Islam Makhachev. According to Conor, Islam belongs ahead of both Khabib and Daniel Cormier on his personal all-time rankings. He pointed to Islam's remarkable finishing ability, his dominant championship resume, and the way he has continued to build his legacy across multiple weight classes. But hidden inside that praise was what many viewers saw as another calculated shot at Khabib, with Conor highlighting Islam's willingness to stay active while subtly questioning Khabib's decision to walk away from the sport so early.
Both divisions. For sure he is. But look, many still in it, still at it. But they're all, there's a little bit of, people are impressionable. Talking about, like, they're trying to they're taunting him to get out. But there's a lot left in that boy. There's a lot left in that boy. And he should recognize that and keep going. I have him above both his teammates there in Cormier and him. Come on, the guy done nothing in the sport. He got nothing in the sport. 13 fights he's had in the company. That's it. And 3 against named opponents. 3 against named. He had a fight against me coming off of, I was off the yacht. I was doing bad things on a yacht, yeah? I don't even want to, I was partying heavily. And I was up to my eyeballs in court cases and all of this. I hadn't fought in 2 years. I was worth 200 million. I come back and fight this fucking guy. I done 4 rounds with him. I had a broken toe. I'm sure you've seen the Netflix show where I broke my fucking foot 3 weeks before the bout. This guy's nothing. I don't rate him at all. No courage.
Max Holloway may have just ignited one of the biggest controversies leading into UFC 329, and fight fans cannot stop arguing about it. During a widely discussed interview, Blessed appeared to hint at a strategy that caught almost everyone off guard. Instead of promising an all-out performance from the opening bell, his comments left some listeners believing he could be willing to fight with just enough restraint to keep Conor McGregor dangerous and the rivalry very much alive. The reason many people think that is simple. According to growing fan speculation, Max could be looking beyond a single night, with the possibility of an even bigger trilogy showdown carrying enormous financial upside. If McGregor leaves the cage looking competitive, another blockbuster event suddenly becomes much easier to sell. Those remarks have already divided the MMA world. Fans spending their hard-earned money expecting a ruthless, legacy-defining battle are questioning whether future opportunities are being considered alongside the fight itself. But that approach comes with serious danger. If Holloway gives McGregor even the smallest opening, the entire plan could collapse in an instant. Is this a calculated business move built for long-term success, or the kind of gamble that could cost Max everything under the bright lights of UFC 329? Let everyone know where you stand in the comments below.
I want to make him wish that he didn't come back. Actually, no, I'm not going to make him wish that. I'm going to make him think that he can do it one more time so we can rematch at the end of the year. This guy has unlimited money.
What's the money like for a Conor McGregor fight these days?
It's beautiful, bro. I'll tell you this much. Every single guy that fighter or non-fighter is saying that I'm fighting for money. I'm a prize fighter, brother. This is what we do. If you wasn't fighting for money, you're an idiot.
Is this the best payday of your career, this fight?
For sure. Like I said, man, anybody who ever says that they don't fight for money, they're lying through their damn teeth.
Gable Steveson may be entering UFC 329 surrounded by enormous expectations, but his opponent, Alicia Ellison, says the story is far from written. The Olympic wrestling champion and highly touted Jon Jones training partner arrives as one of the most heavily favored fighters the promotion has ever seen. Listed as an astonishing minus 20,000 betting favorite, Steveson brings an undefeated 3-0 professional MMA record, with every victory ending by devastating first-round stoppage. Even so, Ellison insists he has no intention of becoming another name added to a carefully built highlight reel on the stacked McGregor undercard. Speaking ahead of the matchup, Ellison acknowledged Steveson's world-class athletic credentials while also emphasizing how little experience he has inside the octagon compared with seasoned competition. Ellison has finished every opponent he has defeated as a professional, and he believes that kind of knockout power can instantly change the fight if Steveson makes even a single mistake under the spotlight of International Fight Week. So will fans witness one of the most shocking heavyweight debut upsets in recent memory, or will Steveson prove the hype is completely justified by overwhelming another opponent from the opening bell? Share your prediction in the comments below.
Especially a big promotion, the UFC, 3-0. you'd be a fool not to call you green. That doesn't mean I'm writing him off. He obviously has tremendous competition experience in the Olympics and collegiate wrestling. But yeah.
What will it mean to you? I mean, you already know what you guys have already known, right? You're coming in here, playing with house money. You're aware of what you bring to the octagon. If you go out there and beat Gable Steveson in front of a big crowd like this, what will that mean to you?
When I go out there and beat Gable Steveson, I mean, it'll mean the world. My wife's here, or she'll be there. My son will be there. Yeah, just to be able to do it in front of my loved ones, the ones that have kind of dugged it out with me this entire fight camp, my coaches, all the ones that believe in me, just being able to show them that the work that they've put in and the belief that they put in me is paying off. That'll mean the world.
Veteran MMA coach Ray Longo believes far too many people are overlooking Ian Gary's chances against Islam Makhachev, and his reasoning has sparked a wave of debate. According to Longo, Gary's greatest weapon isn't simply his striking power, it's the elite footwork that drives his entire style. That non-stop movement could become a major obstacle for Makhachev, helping Gary stay out of danger, control the distance, and potentially make it much harder for the reigning champion to force him into the grinding clinch, where he does some of his best work. On paper, Longo sees a far more competitive fight than many fans are expecting. But not everyone is reading the matchup the same way. John Jones has a completely different perspective, and his assessment could change how people view this potential showdown altogether.
Islam, because he has a wrestling background. And it's hard to beat wrestlers. So Islam. He may just be one of the greatest fighters in the world. Right now, it's me and maybe him. So I encourage him to just keep going.
Ian Gary isn't showing the slightest hint of doubt. The Irish contender remains convinced that his style presents the toughest puzzle Islam Makhachev could be forced to solve. Gary says he genuinely believes Team Khabib understands how difficult his movement, timing, and overall approach could make the matchup. In his view, that stylistic challenge may be one reason Islam has recently mentioned other potential opponents, including Carlos Prates, Michael Morales, and Kamaru Usman, rather than appearing eager to lock in a fight with him. Whether that belief reflects reality or simply supreme confidence, Gary has made one thing unmistakably clear. He sees himself as the matchup capable of creating problems that few others in the division can.
About the wrestling for the last couple of years, so he's a 1,000,000% putting the time in. He's a huge welterweight, which is going to pose a problem. I think he's got an awkward style. He's got, he moves a lot, and he seems to find a way to win fights. So I think this is a really tough matchup for Islam because of the size and the fact that he's had, you kind of know what's going to happen. And I'm interested to see how that plays out. But this will be, I think, a really true test of where Islam is as a welterweight, because this kid's huge. He is a big welterweight.
It's further complicated for Islam Makhachev because of that length that you talked about as well, Ray. This is a guy who's like 6'3", 170 pounds. Yeah. He can use those long-range weapons, be it the teeth down the middle or the kicks upstairs or those long jabs, to keep Islam frustrated and maybe force him into some bad shots.
That's where today's story ends, but the debate is only getting started. If you enjoyed the breakdown, make sure to leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss the biggest MMA headlines, breaking stories, and fight updates as soon as they happen.